Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
What's up guys, Spyra here, and welcome to Dark Souls. Now this is a New Game Plus playthrough, as you can probably tell, but I did that for a couple reasons. First of all, my first playthrough took, about 60 hours or so, and it's a lot of boring stuff. I did a lot of grinding to try to get the achievements and stuff like that. So I thought it'd be a little bit more entertaining just if we started with the New Game Plus. It'll be a little easier in the beginning for the most part, but the difficulty is going to be harder anyway. So we'll see how this goes, but it'll be a lot less boring stuff to watch, that's for sure. So at this point, we're in the prison. That's how the kind of story goes, as you saw at the beginning. And I'm going to attempt to play the game as I did on the regular playthrough. So even though I know I can get a weapon from this guy, you're not supposed to fight him right away, even though I can do that. So we'll just get out of here and progress through the game as the game intends you to progress, and I'll kind of go through the areas again, even though I can take a few shortcuts now. It'll kind of be a good overview of where you're supposed to go, even if you are playing regularly, I guess. Yeah, that's just starting equipment. Normally you get your stuff there for the first time, but there's some more stuff there. So I'm playing as a pyromancer. That's a nice little backstab. My equipment right now is, what is my equipment? There we go. Logan's Catalyst, Moonlight Greatsword. It's a pain in the ass to get that one. You'll see later. It's a tail cut off one of the enemies, and he's a pain in the ass. He doesn't show his tail very often. But this is the way we normally go. Gotta get through. Oop. There's a boulder that comes down these stairs, so we're gonna avoid that. And in here is where you'd normally get your Estus flask, but since I already have that.
I wish to ask something of you. You and I, we're both undead. Hear me out, will you? Regrettably, I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family: thou who art undead art chosen, and thine exodus from the Undead Asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know, and I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you.
So there we go, that's our first NPC. He gives you the Estus flasks, if it's your first playthrough, but I already have them, so he just gives me the key to do that. And you can rest at the bonfire again, just to set your spawn for the most part. Don't gotta do a lot of things. And the bottomless box you just kind of saw there briefly doesn't actually appear when you first have it. You gotta buy it. but since I've already played through the game, I have that. It's one of the few things that does carry over besides your equipment, because you can buy stuff to reinforce your weapons and repair them and stuff. But this is the way of natural progression. I'm originally started as a pyromancer. If you're not a pyromancer, you won't see this one here, because that's the pyromancy flame. There you go. A few more guys here. Oh, and of the whoopsies. Those orange things on the ground there are messages. This is like technically the tutorial world. So these ones just show you, what you're supposed to do. Like, it tells you how to parry and stuff. But we don't really need to do that right now. Plus, I'm not really the best at it. I can do it occasionally, but it's one of those risk versus reward things. You need to be dead accurate, and you'll do massive damage. Or if you're not, you're gonna take massive damage. This is how you're supposed to go. You come up here, jump down, stab attack. Watch the camera go nuts. And because I have, wow, I didn't actually expect that to happen. Normally you have to fight him a little more. You generally do about half damage on your first run through. That's the wrong way. But if you hear those footsteps below us, that's the stray demon, because you can actually come back to this place later, and we will be doing that to show you the stray demon fight. But I will be trying to fight most of the bosses, if not all of them. There's go to most of the areas. There's one or two that I won't go to, or maybe I will if you guys want to. We'll see how this whole thing goes. And it's going to be a fairly long playthrough, but it's going to be nowhere near my original.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the Undead Asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
There we go, guys. Welcome to Firelink Shrine. This is kind of the main hub of the game. A lot of NPCs will be visiting here after we save them / rescue them. Also, a bunch of these things kicking around. Humanity, always good. There's this guy.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first. But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the Undead Asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the Undead Church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happened. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead?
So there you go, guys. That is our objective. There's 2 bells of awakening. One is in Undead Parish, which we'll probably go to in about 2 episodes or so. So I'm going to try to do one area at a time. And the second one is in Blight Town. And this is on Xbox 360. And just a fair warning, there is some definite areas, including Blight Town, that create a lot of frame rate issues, just because of the sheer number of polygons on the screen. But, I mean, you'll see a lot better looking areas than this. and the draw distance and stuff, so the Xbox has a little trouble handling all the polygons. But we'll try to go through there fairly quickly. If you guys want me to go the front way, I'll go the front way. If you want me to go the short way, I can go the short way. It just depends on how much frame rate issues you want to see. But anyway, guys, that'll do it for the episode 1. Come back next time. We're going to go through Undead Burg.